Hi, everybody. This is Alan Fine, and I'm here with Sheila Wiley, who's the Chief Marketing Officer for the Americas for Visit Britain. We're here at USTOA's 50th anniversary in Austin, Texas, and we're going to talk about, well, specifically, seeing Britain differently. Well, there's so much for you to tell us, so I'm glad we have you in person. So let's talk about seeing Britain differently.
Well, so we're inviting travel advisors, their clients, to see Britain differently in 2023. Britain is an established destination. People are very familiar and comfortable with visiting it, but we want to show the undiscovered, the unexpected in Britain.
So give me some examples.
Well, we talked a little bit about hot tubbing in the Thames. Pretty cool, pretty fun thing to do.
Right.
There are also things like surfing in Wales and Cornwall.
Right.
Exploring beyond the major cities into the countryside, into the coast. Seeing some of those cities that are not as well known, say, as London. Getting people to York and Manchester, Liverpool, Cardiff, Edinburgh.
Well, and we talked about the maker economy, which you were focusing on.
Yes, so, there's a lot of misperceptions about food and drink in Britain, and I can tell you the food is amazing. We have some of the best chefs in the world, but, some of the things we do really well are making gin, making whiskey, but also, exploring the vineyards in the south of England. We're really well known for award-winning sparkling wines.
Right. But all this food is good for toasting things like a coronation?
Absolutely. We're ushering in a new era with the coronation of King Charles in May, followed shortly after by the largest watched Eurovision music competition in the world. We'll be hosting it. The UK will host it in Liverpool, which of course from the Beatles are from, on behalf of the Ukraine, who actually won the competition last year. So it's a very special Eurovision.
So it'll be a warmer Eurovision.
Absolutely. And we'll be, using that to focus on the music heritage throughout Britain. So many famous bands, obviously, the Rolling Stones, Coldplay, Tom Jones, the Proclaimers from Scotland, Oasis from Manchester. I mean, you name it, Depeche Mode. There was more than one British invasion, so we had the Beatles, but then after that we had the New Wave and, EDM music and Elton John, of course, who's just wrapped up his farewell tour.
Coldplay.
Harry Styles,
Yeah, right.
Coldplay. I mean, there's so many. And the places that they're from, so it could be, many of them are from London, but also beyond, throughout England, Scotland, and Wales.
So everybody's focusing on soccer in the Middle East, but what about you?
Yeah, well, obviously, we're delighted that Wales and England, qualified for the World Cup. Wales, the first time in 54 years, so loads of warm feelings about Wales. And then England is still in the World Cup, so we're hoping that they go far. I've dual loyalty to USA and England, but
Oh, sweet, thank you.
yeah, but there's been a lot of tension on football heritage, English football, I should say. It's the 30th anniversary of the Premier League. Also, there's been some television programs. So, for example, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have this very popular series, Welcome to Wrexham, and it's brought a lot of attention to Northern Wales. And then you have Ted Lasso, of course, which is filmed all in and around London, and it's brought attention to places like Richmond, the borough of Richmond, which is a beautiful area of London that's on the Thames River and very quintessentially British. And basically, it's the set for the show.
Right.
So, people have been going there in droves just to see where it's filmed.
There's, we're rushing. There's so much to talk about. So if a travel advisor wants to slow down and just get their arms around the whole thing, where do they go?
Well, good news is at the end of March, we'll be launching a new travel trade dedicated website and also a new learning and training program. So we'll definitely be getting that information out to your readers and advisors, and also visitbritain.com is our consumer website, which we've just launched a new version of that as well. But certainly, on our website we have our travel trade team contacts, and they can get information directly from them as well.
And now, with all this interest, you have enough airlift? Talk about the new flights and things.
Well, what's incredible is we are getting more and more new direct flights. Even we're here in Austin, and Virgin launched direct service to London Heathrow, but we also have British Airways here too. So we've had Tampa, Austin, Phoenix, Seattle. We have Aer Lingus now from New York to Manchester. So it's opening up, the north of England, Wales, and Scotland through service through Manchester. But just American and BA have 81 flights a day. United has 23 flights. Delta, Virgin, again, more. So we're incredibly lucky to have the direct, service gateways to go to London and then beyond. Because, of course, Britain's a small place, so you can get far on rail. We want to encourage visitors to kind of visit through a sustainable lens, take rail travel, do hub and spoke. Take it a little slower, maybe doing the walking trails. Next year, Wales is the year of trails. 16% of visitors to Wales go to walk. And I just went there and did walking trails, so on the Wales Way. Scotland also has the UNESCO walking trails. And England just launched the longest continuous walking trail in the world. So, it's a great place to kind of take it slower, have less impact on the environment, meet the communities and people, the kind of quirky, fun, interesting people of Britain. And actually our campaign next year is going to be really people-focused because, we want to portray a very welcoming, dynamic, diverse, modern, inclusive destination coupled with the iconic and the royal heritage that, in history, whether it's literary, the film and television legacy, that people already know.
Well, I just like the fact that we're not talking about the stodgy Britain and the old movies and I like the surfing idea.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you'd say, "Oh, she's just making that up," but it's true because I just saw it. I was just there. It was gorgeous. The beaches were amazing, and there are a lot of traditions though that people do love to see and do in Britain, but. Now we're saying, why don't do it through a different lens? So if you're going for afternoon tea, it might be a Bridgerton-themed afternoon tea or a science-themed tea. So there's a lot of different twists on this now. And of course, our pubs, our beloved pubs, it's not just about, having drinks, it's really community. So people go of all ages to meet at the pub and they go there to talk, to drink, to eat, to socialize, to
be part of the community.
And what's amazing about the American audience is that they really immerse themselves in Britain and they want to meet the locals and they want to go to the local shops and visit they want to eat in the restaurant at the hotel. And so it's a very valuable market for Britain because they're not just going there and spending money and kind of impacting the environment negatively and jumping out there. They're immersing themselves, and they will go beyond. So, over I think it's over about 80% of the visitors to Britain will go beyond London. So, and they will come back to London time and time again, which we love. But we know if they visit the rest. They will stay longer and obviously spread the benefits of tourism wider and have less impact.
You have said, I think, almost all you can say, but now I'm going to say is, have you left anything out? Is there anything else you want to tell our 109,000 travel advisors who are looking?
Well, we've definitely left a lot out because there's always so much. It's an ever-changing, dynamic destination. And, and I encourage you to influence your clients to learn more about Britain. There's more to see. And so, come to London, get immersed in there, visit some of the boroughs that you may not have been to before, and then encourage them to venture out. Take the train, go up to, you can get up to Scotland in 4 hours from London, 2 hours from Manchester. Yep, you can go to Cardiff in Wales, under 2 hours direct, just straight to, Brighton on the beach, on the sea. So there's so many places you can go. Some of the really special things with taking like the overnight trains or the luxury trains like Belmont up to Edinburgh. I mean, who doesn't want to go on a luxury train?
No. Talk more luxury. We have a lot of luxury sellers out there.
Absolutely. So luxury, there's a lot of new hotels in London that also, the iconic ones have put enormous amounts of money into them over the time period that they had to be closed. And there's new ones that have come on stream. Just in Edinburgh, for example, the everyone's familiar with Glen Eagles. Well, there's a Glen Eagles townhouse now. There's Virgin hotels in Edinburgh and Glasgow. We've got a lot of new, smaller hotels that are very
Tiki.
sustainable, and of course, our beloved bed and breakfasts, they're still there, and I think sometimes people forget that. So what a great way to explore the country is staying with people and getting to know their communities, and they're the best ambassadors for the island.
You're a great ambassador for the island. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you, Alan. It was a pleasure.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.